also continue to study the situation and take appropriate action to safeguard the life and property of people against miscreants and hoodlums across the state.
We feel that this protest will not be the solution to what people are demanding or asking for. We are all Muslims, and we believe that there is nobody in this world that can put hardship on you, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's only Allah that can rescue you from that hardship. Therefore, protest is not a solution, and it will not be a solution. We realize that how people use young, small boys to achieve their objective of vandalizing and stealing people's property. This is not part of our culture, and this is not part of our tradition. Therefore, we feel as a government we should not allow this thing to continue unabated. As a result of that, we are introducing a 24-hour curfew in Jigawa State, and this curfew will continue up to the time we have reviewed the situation again with the security agencies, and we feel it's time to relax it. But for the sake of Friday prayers, we are relaxing the curfew from 12 noon to 2:30 p.m. And from there, to allow people to go to the mosque and pray for the state and pray for the nation. Therefore, but after 2 p.m., the curfew will continue. We pray that people will obey this curfew and ensure that they stay at home and observe the curfew.
Moving on, Governor Abba Yusuf visited affected areas in Kano State after violent protests on the violence. He visited the Nigerian Communication Commission, NCC, Kano office and other government facilities. The protests, which began peacefully, escalated into destruction and looting of public and private properties. The governor declared a 24-hour curfew to restore normalcy, and as of the time of filing this report, the state is calm and roads have returned. Now, the governor and his deputy, Comrade Aminu Abdusalam Gwazo, visited affected areas to assess the extent of the destruction. Earlier has approved the removal of Dr. John Chem, the chairman of the State Independent Electoral Commission. The State House of Assembly recommended Chem's removal, accusing him of poor judgment and not considering the public interest. Alia's Chief Press Secretary Kula Terso stated that the Assembly accused Chem of lacking good judgment and actions that fall short of the public interest. The governor has accepted the resolutions and directed Chem to hand over the Commission's chairman to Administrative Secretary. And now move on to other parts of Africa. A Kenyan court has ordered the extradition of Kelvin Kanget, accused of murdering his girlfriend Margaret Mbetu and in the U.S. Now, Kanget will go on trial in Massachusetts on first-degree murder charges for the death of Mbetu in November 2023. Mbetu's body was found with multiple stab wounds in his SUV at Boston's Logan Airport. Now, he had boarded a flight from Logan to Kenya the day before her body was discovered. He was tracked down in Kenya 3 months after the murder, but escaped in a minivan just 1 week into detention. Kenya police launched a manhunt and arrested him with 4 police officers, 2 suspect relatives, and also a lawyer accused of assisting in the prison break. Straight out of South Africa, U.S. President Joe Biden has reaffirmed his commitment to Israel's security against all threats from Iran, including Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. Now, the White House said Biden discussed effort to support Israel's defense against threats, ballistic missiles and drones, to include new defensive U.S. military deployment. Israel has been battling Hamas in the Gaza Strip since the group's October 7 attack resulted in the death of 1,197 people, mostly civilians. Israel's retaliatory campaign against Hamas has killed at least 39,480 people in Gaza. The assassination of Hezbollah military commander Fuad Shaq was a response to deadly rocket fire from the Lebanese group last week. And on to entertainment news, a group of over 200 TV and film industry professionals, predominantly Jewish, has accused the BBC of harboring systemic anti-Semitism and bias. The letter, addressed to the BBC chairman, details multiple instances of alleged anti-Semitic bias in the corporation's coverage of the Israel-Gaza conflict and its social media platforms. The group claims to have provided evidence of these breaches to the BBC, but has received no satisfactory response. High-profile industry figures have now publicly supported allegations. The BBC has vehemently denied the claims, asserting its commitment to impartiality and also equality. The corporation maintains that it has robust procedures in place to address complaints and prevent discrimination. However, the accusations have sparked a major controversy, placing the BBC under intense scrutiny and raising questions about its editorial standards and handling of sensitive issues. And lastly, to sports news, Super Falcons coach Randy Waldrum has now blamed the team's outstep from the women's football event of the Paris 2024 Olympics on poor preparation. Nigeria were knocked out of the tournament in a group stage on Wednesday after a 3-1 defeat to Japan and ended the phase without a win, having lost their first 2 matches to Brazil and Spain 1-0 on both occasions. Now, Nigeria needed to win by at least 2 goals to have any hopes of reaching the quarterfinals, but they couldn't do enough against the 2011 world champions as their performances in the first 2 games proved to be better. Now, Nigeria's best outing so far at the Women's Olympic Football Tournament was in Athens 20 years ago, where the Falcons finished in 6th place after exiting the tournament in the quarterfinals. And that's the news updates. For more stories, please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Plus TV Africa and Plus TV Africa Lifestyle. You can also view us from Limex on limex.tv and Glow TV apps anywhere in the world. I am Emmanuel Olubobokun, and thanks for watching.
It's been an unusual year for us all. We've been forced to learn to adapt to the changes that COVID-19 has brought upon us. However the cards may have been dealt to us this year, we have remained resilient. The Afrima Fashion Show stems from the Afrima Awards Show, which is the biggest African award show in the diaspora. Every year, we have showcased designers and we bring together people from all over the world. This year, the Afrima Runway is graced by the top 3 African designers who have welcomed the challenge of doing a virtual runway show without any physical audience. Don Murphy, Ese Ezanabo, and lastly, Sai Sanko. Let the show begin.
Hi guys, my name is Sai Sankar and I am a luxury resort wear designer and I make the most amazing and fabulous kaftans and everything that you desire for traveling. I just really love the way women carried themselves back then, you know, the Marilyn Monroes, you know. It was sexy, but there was still glamour to it, you know, and elegance and sophistication. And I feel that's what my designs are about, you know. I've also been inspired just by my continent, the continent of Africa. Growing up in Sierra Leone, it's just this beautiful, bustling colors, you know, it's so vibrant, the marketplaces, you know, Christmas, it's just, everything about it is just so energetic and it's so powerful and colorful and it just makes me really happy. And so no matter what collection I do, it always goes back to that. And so that's why you see all this colorful prints and all these bold colors, you know. I feel women wearing it, it just makes them so extremely happy, you know, and they look absolutely gorgeous in it too.
My name is S.A. Grambowski, and I am the designer and owner for S.A. Azinabor Atelier. My source of inspiration for my designs, number one, to be honest, comes from God, because I go to sleep literally and dream about my designs. And that only has to be from God. So I always give credit to him for that. And of course, my culture is very influenced in my design. I've been designing since I was 8 years old. Even before that, my mom would tell me wild stories of me taking her fabrics and cutting them into pieces and making a dress or a skirt or pants out of her expensive African materials that she had in our home back in Nigeria when I was growing up. And I draw a lot of inspirations from where I've been, and I just try to tie them into modern design mixed with vintage designs, mixed with traditional looks, and just tie it all together in a bow to create a true S.A. Azinabor couture piece.
Hello, my name is Daniel Mofo. I'm the founder and designer of Don Murphy, a men's luxury custom suit clothing in Dallas, Texas.